All right, thank you, Mark. Now, tonight in Medical Rounds, promising new drugs in the treatment of cancer. And it was the hot topic at a recent meeting of the American Society of Clinical Oncology in Chicago. And just back from that meeting is Dr. Jeff Baker. He is a hematologist, oncologist at the Hartford Healthcare Cancer Institute, and he's joining us live with some encouraging news. And we thank you for being with us tonight, Dr. Baker.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Well, let's get right to it. Tell us how, in many cases, these cancer cells have ways to actually hide from our immune system and what we're doing to get around that.
Well, for years, scientists have wondered why bacteria could be identified and destroyed by our immune system. And why couldn't cancer cells have the same vulnerability to our immune system? And it turns out cancer cells are able to secrete proteins that will bind to our immune cells and turn them off and make themselves invisible.
Wow. So, and very simply put, I get that now. So what do these new drugs do? Can they get rid of that protein so that the cancer cells suddenly become visible to the immune system?
Yeah, that's exactly right. These drugs are called PD-1 inhibitors, and they block the action by which cancer cells become invisible and basically make them wide open to the attack of our immune system.
That sounds like
it's very exciting.
Yes, go ahead. I was going to say, what an amazing breakthrough
very exciting yes, it is. It's an exciting class of drugs that we're very happy to have at our disposal.
All right, well, let me ask you this. What types of cancer? Can it be any type of cancer that this might work?
Well, it turns out melanoma is one of the big success stories for these drugs. Melanoma is a very deadly skin cancer that's difficult to treat, and now these drugs roughly double the survival rates of patients who have this disease. And at the meeting I was at, it turns out that certain types of lung cancer can be treated with these drugs, certain types of colon cancer, and Hodgkin lymphoma is very vulnerable to these drugs as well. So we think more will be found to be effectively treated as well as the research goes on.
That's fantastic. Dr. Baker, I have time for one last quick question, but I think it's an important one for anyone at home who's battling an advanced cancer and they're looking for new treatments. Will we see any clinical trials in Hartford with this new drug?
Yeah, we're very excited with our alliance with Memorial Sloan Cancer Center in New York. We hope to bring, and we plan to bring, many of their trials to the Hartford area, to the Hartford Healthcare Cancer Institute. And by doing so, many patients in the Hartford area will not have to go to New York. They'll be able to get these drugs in the Hartford area, and many patients will benefit. I think it's been very important patients who participated in these clinical trials and got these drugs approved, and so that now everyone can benefit and live longer and better lives.
Well said. We thank you so much. That's so encouraging to hear that, Dr. Baker from Hartford Hospital. Thank you so much. And Dr. Baker is holding several classes relating to cancer where you can learn more about this. For more information, log on to hearthosp.org. We have the link on the screen. And in the meantime, if you have a question for Dr. Baker, you can ask him right now. This is a great opportunity through our live web chat. Just go to WFSB.com. Now, a science teacher in Florida is out of the classroom tonight after an attempt to keep students off their cell phones while in class.
Well, that teacher used a signal jammer in his high school classroom so that students would focus on their lessons, but that plan quickly backfired when the jammer interfered with a nearby cell tower. School officials first thought a student was to blame, but he quickly admitted to setting the whole thing up. He's since been suspended for 5 days without pay and has apologized for that.
More